A greaser bikie gang has kidnapped a famous singer, and it's up to her ex-lover to track her down in an apocalyptic neon 50s nightmare. It's a double dragon kind of adventure, full of colourful characters played by tomorrow's A-list movie stars. In this craptastic style over substance adventure, Streets of Fire.
Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Rewind Reviews, where we go back and have a look at a cult classic through fresh eyes. And today we are reviewing Streets of Fire, released in 1984. Written and directed by Walter Hill, who's known for directing The Warriors, 48 Hours, and Red Heat, just to name a few. We are introduced to an apocalyptic nightmare, an alternate universe that seems to be a mashup between 50s greaser rock and roll and an 80s neon bukkake party. Everyone's having a good time rocking along to a benefit rock concert. All put together by producer and booker Billy Fish, played by a pre-Ghostbusters Rick Moranis. And his girlfriend is the headlining act. She's a famous Pat Benatar-style rock star, by the name of Ellen, played by a young Diane Lane. All of a sudden, greaser biker gang by the name of the Bombers crash this benefit concert. And they are led by Raven, played by a baby-faced Willem Dafoe. Raven and the gang storm on into the concert hall and kidnap Ellen for reasons. Conveniently, the next day, Ellen's ex-boyfriend, Tom, moseys on into town and visits his sister, who runs the local diner. We find out pretty bloody quickly that Tom is ex-military, dark, tall, handsome, mysterious, is constantly smouldering, and has a 5 o'clock shadow for days. He is the quintessential 80s cool guy. His sister gives him the 411 about Ellen. But before he can muster up to give a shit, he bumps into a new friend, another ex-military soldier by the name of McCoy, as she assaults bar owner young Bill Paxton. Tom and McCoy decide to pay Billy Fish a little visit. He hires the two ex-military mercenaries. He wants them to track down Ellen, rescue her, and make a getaway for the sum of $10,000. But of course, Billy decides to tag along and be really annoying to the group, which never gets old. What ensues next feels like it's straight out of a video game. The structure, at least. They meet a plethora of colourful characters, get into all kinds of mischief, and leave a trail of destruction behind them. The synopsis and execution of this story is pretty bloody basic, along with the acting in this film, which is very surface level. Everyone in this film, all the actors are talking like they're too cool for school, like Eric Roberts out of The Dark Knight. Because everyone's talking just like this. And it never gets old. There's also a constant running soundtrack throughout the action of 50s rock and roll. And all the costumes are a variant of 50s greaser fashion. However, being a film from 1984, we get some awesome in-camera action with stunts, explosions, and everything has like a layer of filth on it. All the sets, all the locations look pretty bloody good, like it's straight out of a comic book. And the look and feel of the vibe of the film is a mashup between Escape from New York and The Warriors. The editing is a little bit choppy here and there, and things just sort of happen, just bouncing around. But the film is constantly moving, going from one thing to the next pretty bloody quickly. And as aforementioned, the film does feel like it's a video game, just with live action actors acting out the scenario. It's good old craptastic rock around the schlock. Also, the film does have a music tie-in, which was very common for the time, having an artist release a song to tie in with a movie release. But I had no idea that this film had Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You. The song was for this movie, and it does make an appearance at the end of the film. Also with this film, you have a very fun time with Spot the Future Famous Actor. Of course, you get Willem Dafoe, Diane Lane, and Rick Moranis. But also Bill Paxton, Amy Madigan, and a shit ton more. The film's budget had a little over $14.5 million, but only grossed a profit of roughly $8 million. On the surface, you're probably thinking in 1984 this was going to be a surefire hit film. Like, you look at the cast, the soundtrack, the costumes, the pretty much look and feel of the film, and you think, yeah, this is going to make a shit ton of money. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. However, it did become a cult classic much later, thanks to the wonder of VHS. It's an extremely simple storyline that acts all slick and uber cool, but it is more style over substance. It's very two-dimensional with its acting, but the film looks great and you're going to have a silly, fun, good time with it. I didn't grow up watching this film, I watched it for the first time for this review. And I've got to say, I didn't absolutely love it because it did feel like it was more style over substance, but I understand the love for it with the cult following that it has. But anyway guys, it's my cheeky little review of Streets of Fire. Write down below if you've seen it. What are your thoughts on it? Are you a fan of it and why? But more importantly, what is your favourite Escape from New York style film? And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review. But until then, stay spooky, kids.